What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome all my new subscribers. I want to take a quick second and say thank you to all my subscribers, everybody that supports my channel and takes the time out of their day to watch my videos. I do this for you guys, and I just want to say thank you, and I really appreciate you guys. So I've been getting some questions on the channel regarding my M15 Pro and my G9. Which one would you choose? If you had to choose one, which one would that be? And it was really hard to answer. I said to each their own. You can't go wrong with either one of these machines. So I just wanted to kind of make a quick video and just kind of go over some of the things about both polishers to try to help those people that are looking to buy a polisher kind of decide which one they want to buy. And hopefully, the tips I give can kind of, clarify some things for some people. Obviously, if you're out there and you're professional and you got all your, polishers and you're doing your thing, this video might not be for you. But like I said, I love to help people. And like I said, I'm getting questions about, oh, I want to get my first polisher. Would you buy the M15 Pro or the G9, since I have both and I've used them both? I just want to give a little bit of my feedback and some input on both machines. I've got the test hood set up over here. I'm going to throw some pads on these machines, get them on the paint, let you guys see and hear each machine. Before I do that, I just want to touch down a little bit on each machine. Now, I had my M15 Pro first. When I bought the M15 Pro, it was around 180 bucks on Amazon. They do not offer the M15 Pro anymore. It's the Pro Series 2 now. They've got a few more key features. They've got the thing on the back of the polisher. I don't know what you would call that. The rest spot, tab, whatever you want to call it. So you can set the polisher on its back without it tipping over. They changed the color. That's got like a white platypus head. It looks like it may be a little bit more extended, not too sure. The M15 Pro has a 1,000-watt motor. The M15 Pro has the variable speed trigger, which means when you're on speed 6, you can slowly pull the trigger and it will slow start, and you can control that speed however much you want until you fully lock it, and then you can go to full speed. The G9 does not have that option of the variable speed trigger. To me, it does not make or break my world at all. Let's see. The M15 Pro does not have the detachable cord like the G9 does, which is nice for storage. The M15 Pro comes equipped with a 5-inch backplate. The G9 does not come with a 5-inch backplate. It actually comes with a 6-inch backplate. I swapped my 6-inch backplate out for the 5-inch backplate on the G9. It just gives it a smaller footprint. It helps transfer that power in a more focused spot from the machine to the pad to the paint. It's a little bit easier to get in smaller places and whatnot. So I just prefer the 5-inch backplate. You can stick with the 6-inch backplate. It doesn't matter to me. The G9 as well has a 1,000-watt motor. They both have power. That's not a question. They both have 1 through 6 speed dials. The G9 has it on both sides. Just in case you're lefty, you can switch it here. But the main thing is, if you're just starting out and you're buying your new polisher, and you choose either one of these machines and you get yourself some pads, just don't be scared. Don't be scared. I was scared when I first started. My biggest fear, I'm going to burn through the paint. I'm going to burn through the paint. As long as you have an idea, just an idea of how a polisher works, and knowing that you got to keep the polisher moving, and you'll be just fine. And with foam pads are, I would say, safe. When you start getting into like microfiber cutting pads, maybe fast cutting pads, rotaries, wool pads, stuff like that, that's a different story. But these both entry-level polishers are safe. Yeah, if you sit there and you put it on speed 6 and you lean on that thing in one spot, of course you're going to do damage. But just keep the polisher moving, play around, have some fun, and you'll be pretty surprised at the results you can get, and it's going to leave you wanting more. And that's when experience just comes in handy. You just play around, and before you know it, you're going to have these things down in no time. Another thing I want to touch on is price range. You got your G9 at $150, which is a fair price for me for an entry-level polisher. The M15 Series 2 on their website, Maxshine's website, when I checked, about $177 on discount, which is a killer deal. You can't go wrong with either one of these machines. The M15 Pro is a long throw polisher, is what they call long throw. The G9 is only a 9mm, which is a short throw. Now the throw is what they refer to as how far the machine oscillates. So when you think of dual action, it's dual. Not only does the back plate spin, but it also oscillates like this, kind of like in a circular motion, like that. So how far that back plate actually oscillates is the throw. So your M15 is 15mm, your G9 is 9mm. So you got long throw, short throw. A longer throw results in faster defect removal, but the only downside is the longer the throw, the harder it is to control, and the harder it is to control where you want the pad to go. The longer that throw, you just got to be careful when you're getting under mirrors and getting close to edges, where that oscillation ends. You really just got to pay attention. Yeah, I mean, they're both fantastic polishers. You can't go wrong with either one. I'm gonna get these set up over here, get some pads on them, on the test hood, and you guys can watch me do both polishers. We'll come back, we'll sit down, I'll give you a few inputs as I use them both. It's hard because I haven't used my M15 Pro in a while, so I want to get them on the paint, use them, and give you my initial feedback right after I use them. And hopefully, like I said, this is geared for the weekend warriors, the DIYers, the enthusiasts. I'm not a professional detailer. I don't detail every day, but there's people out there that want to learn to take care of their cars, and they want to start polishing, but they're scared. And I'm here to tell you there is absolutely nothing to be scared of. And I hope my channel can help you guys out. And if you guys have any questions, I mean, I'm all ears, guys. So let me get these things set up on the test hood over here, and let's have some fun. All right, everybody. So here is my test panel. This is a Mercedes E-Class hood. I do have a separate video on this hood, prepping it. I went ahead and scuffed it up. I just used like one of my interior brushes, the stiff bristle brushes, and just kind of put some swirls in it so you guys can see the defects in the paint. Some pretty heavy swirling, which is most common for, automated car washes, people running, their car through those, improper washing, drying, and whatnot. So I just want to show you guys the imperfections in the hood before we actually get onto the paint. That way you guys can kind of see what you can expect out of defect removal and whatnot. So I've got both my M15 Pro and my G9 set up over here. One thing I wanted to do, what I've kind of been playing with before I turned the camera on, was I set both polishers on speed 4. Now, at first I really thought the G9 was a lot lighter than my M15 Pro, but honestly, they're about the same. If not, I think my G9 feels a little bit heavier than my M15 Pro now that I hold them side by side. This is my first time holding them side by side. The M15 Pro, I mean, they're pretty close in weight. But Let's go speed 4 on each machine. I want to let you guys hear them. Now, I know they don't recommend turning the polisher on when it's not on the paint, but oh well. Holding them side by side like that, the G9 does vibrate more than my M15 Pro, for sure, hands down. Is it astronomical? No, but it does have a little bit more vibration. When you have two hands on it, it's kind of hard to say. It's not that bad. So what I'm going to be using is and like I said, this is more geared towards those who are trying to get into polishing, want to buy either one of these polishers, but they just don't know which one to get. I mean, if you're already out there and you have experience with polishers, but you want to buy one of these, but you don't know which one to get, then you could try to, take what I give with a grain of salt. But I'm just trying to give my opinions on both machines, and hopefully this will help somebody out. I'm going to be using some Griots Garage foam pads. These are the orange correcting pads. I'm going to be using the Griots Garage Complete Compound. Nothing spectacular. You can buy this on the shelf at AutoZone. I want to say it's around 14-15 bucks at the time when I bought it. Complete compound. Nothing fancy, nothing big. And we're going to get set up over here on the hood and see what each one of these machines can do as far as defect removal, and then we'll go into a little final thoughts about right after I use them, because I could have forgot some stuff on the M15 Pro that I haven't mentioned in the other videos. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a quick wipe down real quick, just to get any dust or anything off of there. Alright, we're going to grab our G9. Now the best advice I can give is don't overthink it. When I was first getting into polishing, I overthunk it a lot, and man, it's not that complicated. Go ahead and center your pad. You're never going to get it perfect, so don't try to go after perfection. So we're going to be using our complete compound. Make sure you shake it up really well. And like I said, I'm not going after perfection here, guys, but what I'm just going to do is put a few dots on my pad. Some say you got to butter the pad. I've had the same results regardless. Just a few little dots like that. Now what you're going to want to do is just dab out the product like so. This is my test hood, so I'm not throwing the cable over my shoulder, but if you're working on your car or someone else's car, make sure you throw the cord over your shoulder. That way it doesn't come down and hit the paint and make you do more work. So I like to spread it out a little bit like so. Now what you're going to want to do is go on either speed 2 or 3, doesn't really matter, and spread the product out. So now you got your product spread out. We're just going to go up to speed 4. That's all we're going to do. We're going to do a few passes, and then we're going to come back and look and see what we got. So we're going to start. Go ahead and lock the trigger. that's it. Now I'm not pushing down really hardly at all. I'm just let the machine do the work. Just guide it and come back, wipe it off, and check your work. Let's get this wiped off. All right, let's bring you guys in and see what we got. And just like that. I mean, is it perfect? No way, it's not perfect. So let's come over here. Yikes. And that's all there is to it, guys. Don't overcomplicate it. Foam pad, some off-the-shelf compound, and you'll get fantastic results. And from there, you just play around, have more fun, and get better, and just perfect your polishing. And next, we're going to move up to the M15 Pro. Wipe this down real quick. Little bit of dusting, but nothing major. And like I said, this video is really to help those wanting to get started polishing. I can do a more in-depth one, but this was mainly focused on the polishers themselves, because like I said, a lot of people ask me, which one would you choose? So we're going to do the same thing with our M15 Pro. I'm going to put a new pad on it. Like so. It is on there. And I'm going to do the same process. 1, 2, 3, 4 little dots, just like that. And I'm going to do the same process. We're going to start out on speed 2, and we're going to spread it out. It's been a while since I've used this this polisher, so. Now the good thing about the M15 Pro, it's got the variable speed trigger. So see, with the G9, you have to start out on 1 speed and then lock it and either move the trigger up to 4 or just start on 4 and you know, go from there. But the M15 Pro with the variable speed trigger, you can put it on 4, and with just a light squeeze of the trigger, you can control that. Whoa, sorry about that. It's hopping around all on the hood. You can control that speed basically. See how you can slow start it? Whoa, 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 whoa. It's like a washing machine. And then you can slowly squeeze it more, and then you can control that. So that's what that variable speed trigger means. That's what that means. It's not a huge deal, but it's cool once you get the hang of it. If you want to spread your product out like so. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is start it out on speed 2. That you guys can see here, speed 2. Alright, you got it spread out, go up to speed 4. Now, one thing instantly that I'm knowing, the M15 Pro tends to kind of want to walk a little more. So you just got to kind of guide it. You got to be a little more stern with your guidance on the M15 Pro. And that could be related to the longer throw as well. So take that into consideration. Let's go ahead and give this a wipe off. I had one of my subscribers recently talking to me and said that the complete compound from Griots is easier to wipe off than the fast correcting cream. So looking forward to trying to test. It's been a while since I used the complete compound, and it seemed to wipe off fairly easy. So yeah, I mean, great product. All right, let's bring you guys in and check out the defect removal. Just like that, guys. Be a little easier with the. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. That's what it looked like before, but then again, I scratched this up pretty good. So just like that, I wanted to put them both on the panel so I can kind of give my feedback as I used them. The G9 is definitely easier to control. Like I said, it could be because of the longer throw, but it just seemed to kind of wander a little bit more. I mean, you can guide the G9. I mean, you can do it one-handed. It's that easy. And there you guys have it. It was cool to kind of throw them on the paint at the same time because it gives me a more realistic idea of using one back to back. The difference is between the two. And right off the back, the biggest part that I noticed was the M15 Pro seemed to kind of wander a lot. You had to guide the machine and be more, pay more attention to where the machine's going, and really had to focus a little bit more to guide the machine. That's the biggest difference I've noticed. As far as noise, vibration, I noticed the G9 on video sounds like I don't know, it sounds a lot louder than the M15 Pro. It's got like a dry clack on video. It doesn't sound like that in person though. It is just a little bit louder. And when I say a little bit, I mean just a little bit. The M15 Pro is a little bit smoother as far as running goes, and the motor. Just a little bit though. The speeds, if you're just starting out, you're not going to really go above maybe 4, 4.5. That's another thing. The M15 Pro has half clicks, so you can go 5.5, 4.5, 3, 3.5. So you can go half clicks. The G9 doesn't have half clicks. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Now I can tell you, the M15 Pro, as soon as you kind of push that polisher down or up, seems to stall much more than the G9. G9, I mean, you can put some pressure down on it and it doesn't stall, especially when you get up to speed 5. But if you're new and you're just starting out, you're going to want to stick around speed 4. Maybe if you got half clicks, 4.5, if that, and that's where you're going to be comfortable with at first, getting to learn, the polisher and whatnot. Now you guys saw I used Griots Complete Compound. These are the two compounds I started with. I started with the Meguiar's Ultimate Compound, and then I went to the Complete Compound. I had some Harbor Freight foam pads, and I was still able to get some excellent results. And that led me to getting the Griots pads. These are the orange correcting pads. You can start with these. You can start with a black foam finishing pad, whatever it is that you want to start with, to get yourself on the paint and just get some time under that polisher. Doesn't matter how great of a polisher you buy, until you get time under that polisher and on the paint, it really doesn't matter which polisher you buy, in my opinion. Everyone's gonna have their own opinion, and I may get bashed for that, but coming from someone who's still learning all the time, I don't know everything. I'm not a professional. I just do this for friends and family, and take care of my own cars. And when I was first starting, I found some helpful tips out there on YouTube, so I figured why not put my 2 cents out there for someone like me, DIYer, enthusiast, that wants to get into polishing. So any one of these two compounds, I mean, They even make the complete polish and the ultimate polish to go with it. At first, I wasn't worried about doing 2 steps, you know, compound then polish. Both the products finish out awesome, so you know you don't need to finish it up with the polish. But I bought this for like $8 or $9 at AutoZone, and I got some fantastic results. So, bottom line, which one would I pick? And me, I'm gonna go with the G9. This is gonna be my pick. It's smoother on the paint. It's a well-balanced machine, and I feel it just, even though it's a smaller throw, it's only a 9mm, I feel like it's just a little bit better of a machine than the M15 Pro. Now, they don't have the Pro anymore. They got the Pro Series 2. I could be wrong. The Pro Series 2 could be better, but right now we're doing M15 Pro G9. The G9 is going to be my choice. That doesn't mean that the M15 Pro is a bad machine at all. I mean, you cannot go wrong with either one of these machines. Like I said, I had the M15 Pro before I had my G9, and coming from my Harbor Freight 6-inch, this thing was amazing. So it's still an awesome machine. You can't go wrong with buying it. There is no right or wrong choice here. What you got to consider is, when you're buying the machine, how much time you're going to spend under that polisher. You'll learn the pros and cons of each one. You work around them, and you just get fantastic results. And the point is, you have fun. This is therapeutic for me, and I enjoy helping people. So I really hope that you guys find this video helpful. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but like I said, I just like helping people, and I want to encourage people to get under a polisher and get on that paint and have as much fun as I am and I did when I was first learning. So if you guys have any questions, and if you guys want me to do different videos on pads and compounds, you know, just starting out, I can just drop it in the comments below and let me know. I can do a video on that as well, how I got started, what I started with, and whatnot. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming along and watching my videos. If you liked this video, consider hitting the subscribe button, smashing that bell. That way when I do upload more videos, you guys get notified. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. And like I said, if you guys have any questions at all regarding anything, drop them in the comments below. I love interacting with all you guys and answering you guys and helping out. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I will catch you guys all on the next video.